Park Church, this is your midweek pastor's moment, and as you can see, I'm outside and on location of what is going to be our future community garden. Standing right here outside of our door 4 entrance, and you can see Astor Gardens behind me, and I'm right in the middle of what's going to be our community garden. It's going to be a beautiful space with crushed gravel, flagstones, 9 large planting boxes, some beautiful landscaping shrubs, some new trees, and benches on each of the ends. Can you see it? Can you envision it? This is something that we're really excited about, and it's actually going to be ready in just a few weeks' time, but we still could use your help. We would love for you to get involved with the community garden. Many of you have signed up on the Church Center app to help out once the garden is planted, to help with the seniors and the planting parties and the harvest parties and all those things. But I would love for you to get on board financially. It's quite a large project and undertaking. So if you could consider making a financial contribution to the project and just designate on your envelope community garden, and that will get where it needs to go. You know, there really is a principle at work here, because some may ask, well, why have a community garden at all? Jesus taught us that you reap what you sow. And this just isn't an agricultural principle. This is a spiritual principle, that if we sow nothing, we will have nothing to reap in the future. If we never put anything in the ground, if we never make any kind of investment, how can we then expect a harvest? We can't. It was like the man in the parable of the talents that was given just 1 talent. And instead of putting it in the bank where he could get at least interest on the investment, he went away and hid it. And so when the master came back and he expected there to be some harvest to reap, there was nothing, because he didn't even plant the seed he was given. And so we need to do some planting in this season if we expect to reap something in the next. And so that's my encouragement to you. You know, one thing that I believe COVID really taught us was engaging our neighbors. It was engaging those around us. And that's something that we really do hope the community garden will initiate. We have a great neighbors next door at Astor Gardens. We have great neighbors that are here in front of me next door to the church. And you have great neighbors around you. And maybe during the various lockdowns and shutdowns, you took extra time with your neighbors. You took an interest in their well-being. You took an interest in whether or not they were sick and they needed anything, if they were in isolation or quarantine. And now that we're back on Sundays and many of our restrictions are gone, we should not lose the love for our neighbor that we have acquired during this whole pandemic. We taught it last summer that Jesus said this is the second greatest commandment: love your neighbor as you love yourself. And so I want to encourage you, as the weather is getting nicer, be willing, be courageous to reach out to your neighbors, love on them, get to know them. Listen, this is the seed which you are planting. We don't know if you will be the one to reap the harvest there, but Scripture tells us, Paul planted, Apollos watered, God makes everything grow. So it's a work that we're doing together. And so I just want to encourage you in that. We'll be planning various events in the summer that you can invite people to. Exciting things here, but really evangelism starts in your community and in your own backyard. So I'm really thrilled about how this project is going to be coming together. And I look forward to so many of you, seeing you out here around our garden, on our benches, and maybe we'll have some fire pits and some opportunities. I want us to be able to celebrate this great work and how we're reaching out, telling Sherwood Park that we're for them, that we love them, sharing the message of Jesus and the love that Jesus has. Thanks so much for tuning in with me tonight. We'll see you again.